Now I had to catch up and lost time. Okay. Well, that's good for you. That's awesome. I'm glad that you made a video of Bionicle cheese. Let's see here. Ah. Okay. And there should be some color codes over here. Let's see here. Color guide, great. 30%, 80%, 50%, 37. Okay. No, that's too bright. That's too bright. Ugh. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be organizing the pieces and then putting them together. But before I put them together, I'm going to at least get the colors ready so I know exactly what colors I'm going to be using. So I'm definitely going to be using some black for liner. Good metallic silver. Could probably add that for highlights. Metallic green is tempting, but I don't think I'm going to stick with the metallic green. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, silver. I could probably put that. Yeah, I could probably put that in the back of the visor so that it can have a little bit of shine. Or that or add aluminum. Seems like I still have some leftover silver, so I'm going to use that. Oh, this one is a lot more shinier. This one's a lot more shinier, so we'll use that and keep those. Those are some good silvers right there. Metallic, let me get more. Metallic blue, gotta keep that for later. Where is the board that I have? I should have a board here. Dylan says, hello there. Hi, welcome. I'm finally doing things. After all this time, I'm actually finally doing things. I think I'm going to paint this like a miniature. That way it's not as messy, and I don't regret my life decisions in the process of doing so. So I'm going to be saving that. So let's see, what was it again? 50%. So that's black. We got blues. I need more blues. So bright blue, so we can dull that down. A little bit of metallic. And low on gray. So definitely not the gray. Oh, we do have yellow, apparently. Oh, that's on the bottom of the feet. Okay. So warm color, and some blue there. We can dim it down a little bit. I'm going to add some lighter blue, two-set blue. Add a little bit of turquoise. Make it a little bit more vibrant with some pop. And that's white. I need to be more faded. Let's see if I got some more. Oh, I do got grays. Awesome. I do have a gray. Figured I had grays. But I'm gonna need a knife for this. Hold on. There we go. Woo! Okay, then Benson says, "Me, it was a great time, but I think I aged too well. Me eating cheese. Some must say perfect. Who's ready to show whose cheese is, Tahu? I woke up feeling the cheesiest, Benson." Texie says, "Hello again. Hello and welcome. I am building the RGM-96X Jesta, and I am picking out some colors. Oh, that blue is actually nicer. Let me get that blue out of there. I want duller blues. There we go. Oh, that's better. I like this blue. That's a better blue. I like that blue. And this is a good gray. So we'll add that. Let's see, what else do we have? We can mix this with the gold. Yeah, okay. A lighter shade of gray just in case, because why not? Dare I say why not? Texas says, "Not Bionicle? What is this madness?" Well, you see, my fellow compatriot, there are many ways to create art. I just decided to go the different approach to making said art. But now that that's done, I'm going to go start trimming. Trimming some pieces, tossing them in a container, and organizing them. Because I am going to be spray painting the frame once I put them together. And then as that is drying, I'm going to be starting painting other stuff or just chat with you guys in chat. That's also another option that I might do when it comes to the waiting time, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But or just basically on GMs in general, when it comes to Gundam, are typically my favorite because they feel more grounded to me. You know, I really like the military aspect, but then again, it's also probably because I myself am quite the military brat. So my dad used to serve in the army for about 20 years. And then 15 more over in Madigan Hospital. So it's like 30 plus years right there. It's pretty crazy. He was very committed. He loved every second of it. He still loves every second of it. What am I talking about? But he's retired now, so it's a little bit different. But still, something fun to think about, regardless. And I know I'm not numbering these things or anything because honestly, I built too many Gundam at this point. It's like, okay, they kind of follow a similar vein and design and so forth. And plus, visual design as well. There's a lot of visual design cues that's like, oh, okay, this is obviously that piece, or that's obviously that piece. Think of it as like reading a Lego instructions manual, if you will, when it comes to making these types of model kits. Though I've been tempted to like actually make my own custom Gundam from the ground up, but I need to find the right model kits to do so in order to kit bash them into something new entirely. I really want to go ahead and make my own Gundam. I was thinking using some elements from the Barbados, but or Barbados Rex, but I can't really think much to do when it comes to that, unfortunately. And this is a very, very delicate handpiece. There we go. These are very delicate, but you know what? We'll make it work. We always make it work. And also, I have another model kit that I'm planning to go ahead and resin cast it, you know, so that, you know, it could be a lot more sturdier, and because it looks like a fun model. So I want to make something that's not just for display, but also for fiddling around with. So that will be fun as soon as I get to that one. I won't say what kit it is, what mobile suit, rather, but you will see it eventually in the future. And I hope you guys like it. And I like the detailing in the palms of the hands. They really went all out with these hands on the Jesta. I really like that a lot. Hopefully I can make those elements pop. I might also do an oil wash, but I don't have any oils on me, so that's going to be interesting. Might be just a straight build. I have done. Oh, well, let me read what you guys are saying. Benson says, "Hey Trip, you know, if you are making a steampunk build, you could just use brown instead of copper, or you can just paint some Bionicle parts copper." I prefer to not paint my Bionicle pieces, but when it comes to steampunk, I'm going to always use copper. I've already used brown quite a lot. I think the closest thing that I have made to steampunk already, because I think you keep mentioning this all the time, but I basically already have made something steampunky. Phantom. He is basically steampunk. He's using burnt orange. You've got the fan dealios, you got the gears and everything. He's so mechanical and all that. He really does look steampunk. So I honestly, dude, I've already made steampunk. So I already got you covered in that regard. He is steampunk in nature due to how he's built and how he looks. So I don't think I need to make another steampunk looking build, since Phantom basically is steampunk. Okay, I text you, so I still want to get into Gundam, but my bank account says otherwise. I feel you. Gundam is pretty expensive. It can be. I would say, and to be fair, my Gundam collection isn't big either. It's very small. But that's mainly because I only get the model kits that are within my affordability, and also ones that I like quite a bit. You know, that I like the design. So I get those ones. But other than that, you know, I don't really buy that much Gundam. But yeah, stop asking me for steampunk. Phantom already exists. His name is spelled Phantom. Phantom. But yeah, I don't need to make another. I already have one. But thank you. Okay, he's gonna stay over in the corner now. I'm not gonna put him on the shelf. He's staying in the corner. Texie says, I tried to make a steampunk Bionicle once. Oh, what happened, dude? Did you get far with the design, or what happened? Because, you know, sometimes, like, it's difficult to make something, you know, that you haven't had experience with before, but sometimes it just takes keep going at it again and again and again until you find a place where it's like, oh, okay, I think I can manage this, you know, and then go from there. I think that will be the most reasonable approach when it comes to that regard. And there is a lot of gray in this build. Okay, so the silencer. That's a silencer on this thing. Forgot. If it's a silencer. It looks like a silencer, but I'm not too sure if it is. On its rifle, that is. It looks like a silencer. Okay, so that's there. C1 is done. Put that there. Benson says, actually, I made 3 steampunk Bionicles. Hey, Trip, last night I was on Tubby and saw the steampunk movement I never heard about, and it was called Quakers. Ah, interesting. Never heard of it. But I'm guessing it is a pretty good show. And hey, Texie, you know, even if you just tried, you know, it doesn't mean you can't keep trying. Just takes practice. Unless if you're low on pieces. And that kind of becomes a problem if you're low on pieces when it comes to steampunk looking Bionicle figures. Parts can either make or break mock. Or an attempt to make a mock, rather. It can be a little on the difficult side. And there we go. Oh yeah, I'm going to need to get some tape. I think I got some tape on me, so I can easily go ahead and do that. But, you know, if I were to go ahead and make a Bionicle Gundam, a mobile suit that I would probably make is a Ziegler, because I really like the Ziegler. A Ziegler is basically a very big mobile suit, very big, bluish black, light bluish and dark blue, similar to the colors of this model kit. Similar to the colors I'm working with right now. And it's able to detach its limbs from its body, and become like a much more destructive version of itself. And the fingers have guns on them, and it has a cyclops for a cyclops head. It looks cool. It looks cool. And it's expensive. Which is why I do not have one. There's only so many extra hours one can work. There's only so many. Okay, so that will go in its own little pile. Yeah, these I will save. I'm not going to take them off the runners just yet. And I am going to start working on this. Wait. Is that... Okay, it's the same color. I was like, wait a minute, is this the same color or is it not the same color? I was like concerned for a second. It's like, oh no. But I gotta keep this one separate just in case. I'd rather be safe than sorry. So I built this frame. Man, that's a thumb. Wait a minute, why is there even more hand? Wow. This kit has a lot of manipulators. I just realized that. There's a lot of manipulators in this. Manipulators being hands. In case of people were asking. Honestly, the one thing that I wish Bionicle had more of is articulated fingers. Like, Bionicle is cool as it is already, but I just wish there were like more articulated fingers. It would have been so nice if there were more articulated fingers. I would so kill for some more articulated fingers. It would be awesome. I mean, Hydraxin like set the bar and then didn't went back to it. And then the Maxillus robot had waist articulation, and we wouldn't see waist articulation ever again until 2016 of Bionicle G2. Sad times. Speaking of which, the 90th anniversary set. I have a feeling Bionicle might have won, but I don't know. With the direction Lego's going and how, like, poorly Bionicle G2 went, I don't think the stores will be like, yeah, go ahead and sell something with the name Bionicle on it all over again in our stores, even though they totally did not sell. So no, do not. We're not going to be selling your product, in the stores because Bionicle, like, they're going to be going for the latest data, Retailers, I should emphasize, retailers will always go for the latest product. So this is just more manipulators. In that case, I'll just slide them over in here. I probably won't regret that. Okay, let's go ahead and start putting this together. I'll put together the frame, and then we're going to put the armor on afterwards. Let's go ahead and start with the frame. After I clean up these parts, I think I should clean them first before I do anything. Okay. Texas says, I prefer to do more natural and sci-fi mugs. I couldn't agree more. I mean, isn't the Exotoa technically a Gundam? It technically is, yeah. Benson says, Quickers was about a duck in China with his dad, who is a legendary creator called the Sun Duck, but what the kid didn't know, that he is the Sun Duck. I like the movie. It really steampunky, and it was CGI. Interesting. Texas C says, there have been a strange amount of Bionicle references recently. Maybe they are hinting on something. Yeah, but doing a lot of nose and cheek all the time can only take you so far. Like, I commend them. I commend them in that regard. You know. Like, it's good to reference something, but, you know, there's a difference between, continuously referencing it, doing a lot of tongue-in-cheek, and actually delivering it. I think after all the discourse that happened with Bionicle G2, like Lego's like saying, hey, we didn't forget about you guys or anything like that, which is nice. But we kind of need something more, if you know what I mean. That's just my honest opinion on the matter. But what do I know? I'm just a guy that makes Bionicle mocks for a living and sometimes makes custom mobile suits. iTexie says, and with the new Iron Man system biddable figure and the new SCCBS, I think they are testing the waters like they did with Hero Factory. Yes, they are. They're definitely going to be making a new construction thing that utilizes system instead of like Technic, which it does have a lot of promise in doing so. But yet again, must emphasize, like, the thing that made Bionicle a big interest, especially in 2001 and the earlier years, was the amount of agreeable detail you got with the low part count. Earlier, we were talking about how expensive Gundam is, and it's hard to get into the hobby. And with the new direction that Lego's going with their sets, especially when it came to Bionicle G2, where everything was pretty expensive. But yet again, like between parts and price ratio, you know, they weren't that bad because the Bionicle G2 sets had a lot of pieces, so it made sense for them to be at the price that they were at. It's just that the problem was mainly that it's too expensive to actually get into that medium. And it's kind of hard for people to go like, oh, you know, I want to go ahead and get into this theme, but the thing that might make and break it is the overall cost of it. If it's too expensive, people aren't going to buy it. And that happened with another Lego theme, which was the Mario sets. Though some of them were bad, some of them were actually pretty good, but at the same time, prices are too high. So if they were to go ahead and do another buildable figures theme, it has to be affordable for the lower class. That is the only way for buildable figures to work while you still having plenty of Greeble. I mean, Technic or System or what have you, whatever they decide to do, the parts count has to be kind of low. It must be affordable and easy to produce. That way you don't have to worry so much about costs when it comes to buying the sets, because it can get pretty pricey if there's a lot of like parts and whatnot in it. Okay, so that's one. If Lego wants to go ahead and make a buildable figures thing, it has to be affordable. Like, I would love to have like something complex, you know, and cool and detailed and stuff like that in terms of appearance and looks. You know, parts count will be nice too, because then we'd be able to go ahead and make mocks. But yet again, price. Price is a big factor when it comes to stuff like that. And I don't want to see any buildable figure theme fail because of how expensive things can be. Then again, there's always inflation and stuff like that, which kind of sucks. Nothing you can do against that, but still. Just make something reasonable. It's my only request at this point. Just make something reasonable, Lego. Just make something reasonable. I Take to See says, yeah, just like Monkey Kid. Only reason I haven't got any sets is because of the price. Yep. I love Monkey Kid too. Believe me, I love Monkey Kid. I want to get as many sets as possible. But here's the thing, Chief. I'm currently broke. Or I don't have a lot of money. So it's kind of hard. Kind of hard to get into something if you don't have enough money to go ahead and pay your interest. Benson says part 2. Oh, okay. You're RPing. Okay, cool. Speaking about RPing, you know, I've been in this one RP for quite a long time. Role playing, I know. Yeah. But hear me out. Hear me out. I didn't get it. It's still there. But there has been an event that I've been playing in. And due to the amount of inactivity that has been happening in this particular RP, it has taken, well, close to a year now, this one event, because the person leading said event, our DM, has been continuously being absent. So all my characters are basically soft locked in this game, and I want to go ahead and progress the story for these characters that I'm playing as. But it makes it super difficult when the DM has been gone for hiatus for almost a year now, and now we're finally being able to continue the RP, but it's like, and this is taking a very long time. Why does it have to take so long? It's pain. It, honest to God, is pain. And I do not like it. It is honest to God pure pain. Honestly, like, also, there was another something that I've been working on. There's this one function that I wanted to do where you have a mechanism that by a press of a button, it will turn a gear or an axle, rather, will turn one way and one way only, like a one-way rotation. So I've been trying to design that mechanism, and there are ways to go ahead and make a rotation viable in one way. It's very easy to make a one-way, but when there's buttons involved, it becomes a little bit more difficult to design a button that is able, and this, I don't like how hollow that is. It's a little hollow. I might have to replace it with the runners. I don't like the hollow nature of it. I'll try to replace it with a runner. This part over here, it's a little bit on the hollow side. I don't like that. But yeah, so the only way that I've been able to go ahead and figure a workaround is using the Kodak blaster as a gear function. To activate a gear function. By pressing the button on the Kodak blaster, I'll be able to like rotate some gears and stuff like that. But I'm still trying to design that particular mechanism to make it a little bit more viable, but it is difficult. I will say it is difficult. Draganta says, "Hey, Tribushine, how you been? Hope you saw my Chemo Titan mug." I did saw your Chemo Titan mug. I put it up on Hall of Creation. It looked amazing. I really liked it. Like, it's massive. Very massive. You definitely capture like a night-like aesthetic, which I really like. So good on you there. I think you did a good job on that regard. So, I mean, just keep at it, dude. Oh, I wonder what your G2 Makuta is going to look like. I don't think I've seen you make a G2 Makuta. Now you just need a G2 Makuta to go with a Kimu. So that would be cool to see. I wonder what your take is going to be on that particular character. Should be pretty fun, pretty cool to see. I'll be looking forward to that, honestly. Okay, Grandmaster says, hello, and welcome. Draganta says, also, I'm revamping my own self-mock to Titan form. May take a bit, and I finished my Cyber Knight Earth mock revamp. I'll post him soon. Okay, sounds awesome. I look forward to that. That will be very cool to see. Okay, is there another? Yep, there's another right there. Let me get rid of that real quick. Dang, I sanded too much. Ah, no! I sanded too much. Oof. It's okay. It's a small detail. I don't think people are going to notice. The only one that's going to notice is me. And you're not going to be noticing because you totally do not remember me sanding too much. Not at all. You're just imagining things, people. You were just imagining things. I am the Meijin Kawagachi. I do not make mistakes. Never. It's a Gundam reference. I'm sorry. Though I do have a Evangelion kit that I have in the back. I might build it someday, but I don't know when I'm going to do with it exactly. I'll need a personal, like a custom display for it if I were to do it. I might resin cast it, honestly. I think resin casting it will be fun. I mean, I think I got the colors for Eva 1, but I just need the straight up resin, not the clear resin, because the only thing I have right now is clear resin, which I kind of like to use for prototyping when it comes to ascending depths. That's the main reason I got it. So maybe once I'm able to make more money, I'll be able to get regular resin for Eva 1 so that I can finally shove Shinji into that Eva. I wonder if it comes with a tiny Shinji. Oh man, if it comes with a tiny Shinji, I will be so happy if that Eva comes with a tiny Shinji. It should. I would love it if they did come with a tiny Shinji, but that's going to be a very tiny Shinji. I might have to make one out of clay just to have a tiny Shinji. Ideas. I don't want to sand too much. I think that's good enough. I learned my mistakes. I'm not going to sand too much. Okay. Draganta. Oh, I already read that. Oh, Draganta says also getting a new game on Steam. I'm getting Monster Hunter Rise. Oh, that sounds fun. Texas says, how is your Exotoa mock? Oh, the Exotoa mock/mocks. It's going pretty well, all things considered. But I was able to get some more gray, but yet again, the old gray is scarce as it is, so it's kind of hard to get enough of the old gray. But I think I have enough to at least finish the build, so I am happy in that regard. But it's going to be kind of on, kind of on the difficult side to go ahead and make to make the Exotoa. Also, I'm trying to figure out if there are easier ways to design. If there are easier ways to design it. Obviously there should be, but still, I'm trying to go ahead and weigh all my options so that I do not make something overly complicated because of the low parts count when it comes to the amount of gray that exists out in the world. I mean, the most we got with the old gray was with the Roxy. That was the most old gray you could possibly find in a Technic set around that, or back then, back in the day. I sound old when I say that. Back in the day. That doesn't sit right with me. That doesn't sit right with me at all. I'm not getting old. I'm still young. I'm not old. I just feel weird whenever. But yeah, so it's just a matter of bouncing that out. It should be easy. Man, there are a lot of flashes. Kind of glad that I decided to like sand all this instead of just make it a straight build. I would have lost it if that were the case. I would have honestly lost it. Oh no, I don't think I have enough for what I meant. I do got some sticks. I could possibly just glue it. Glue them in place. Yeah. Because I'm planning on painting all this. I'm planning on painting them all in the gunmetal. Because I do have some gunmetal that I'm going to be using. I'm going to spray paint the exoskeleton of this mobile suit in gunmetal, and then covering it all up, and after I detail it as much as I humanly possibly can. Why? Because I'm a detail nerd. I like my details. Don't have to sand this all too much, just on the parts that may or may not be visible. That's the thing about like Gundam and stuff like that, is that sometimes there can be like so much beautiful detail just underneath the armor, and then you put all the armor on and then it just immediately hides everything that you just basically worked on. You know, it's kind of sad that you're hiding so much beautiful detail, but at the same time, like, there is like that level of knowledge. It's like, there is more to this model that meets the eye, and that can sometimes make it a little bit more appealing than it originally was. And I am a dum-dum. Okay, and that will go right there. I think I might have sanded too much there. I hope I didn't. Okay. Benson says, hey, I finally finished making the story in the chat. Thank you. iTech says, you could use New Gray for Kopaka to make it seem as if it's a bed covered in frost. That's a good idea. I could definitely do that. I could definitely do that for Kopaka. That would be cool, having the bluish gray for Kopaka. I like that. I'll definitely consider it. I will definitely consider it. And let me go ahead and wipe this off. Oh yeah, this has to go this way. Okay. You know, doing this allows it for it to not get like too scratched up, and in the process, you know, you're not putting too much force on the piece. You're allowing the flex of the sanding tool, the file, to just graze against the part, not like grind it. And that is kind of like something important when you're model making. Just a little word of the wise. You know, a little knowledge to go ahead and make your way to success. And there will be some scratches if you do it too much. You have to find the right file number. But if you do not, you know, be very methodical with it. You know, don't go too extreme. I'm going to have to use this one. You know, don't be too extreme with it. Because you don't want to ruin the part. And just trying to remove any scratches that may or may not. It's feeling smooth, so that is good. So nothing will be able to be shown in that regard once I paint it up. iTexas says, I saw one paint a Gundam and I literally thought it was 2D. Oh yeah, I see people that have done that. It's insane. I really want to do that, but it's like where to even start, sometimes when it comes to cell shading, because you have to do it just perfectly right. Because if it's off at the slightest, then it will not look 2D at all. It has to be like very, very precise. So sometimes I'm wondering like how people even do that. It's honestly insane how people are able to go ahead and make something cell shaded to the point where it looks so 2D. And I just tip my hat to those people. Me, myself, I will probably never be able to do that, but I shouldn't say that because obviously I can if I put a lot of time and effort into it. Because, like another artist used to say all the time, sometimes you had to get through the ugly to get to the pretty part. You had to get through the ugly before you can get to the pretty part. Meaning, like, when you first start off with the whatever you're making, it's going to look ugly, And the only time when it's going to start looking pretty is when it's close to done. So when you're building a mock and you're saying, it's not looking good so far, it looks awful, it's like, hey, it's going to start off looking a little on the ugly side, but you can make it a little bit prettier if you just put more effort into it. Put a little time and effort to it and finish it up, then it's going to be looking a lot more better. So do not fret when it comes to stuff like that. Do not fret. Okay, Benson says, hey, Trev, there was the time I made a TikTok video telling people how old are they, and it got viral. And now I got 1,000 followers. That is awesome. That is awesome. I need to make a TikTok. I haven't made a TikTok yet, but I might make a TikTok. Just for you guys. Okay, I also saw a Bionicle mask that was painted and it looked like it was molten. Ooh, that sounds cool. Benson says, hey, Trev, what was your childhood favorite YouTuber? I didn't watch YouTuber when I was a kid. I was born in 1997. 1997. I didn't watch YouTube back then. Nor did Bionicle, did YouTube or anything of the matter came out that early in the 2000s. I think YouTube videos started coming out in probably around 2005, 2006, or something. Somewhere in the early 2000s, YouTube started coming out. I forgot what year. Maybe it might have been 2003. I don't know. But I didn't watch YouTube. I did not watch YouTube as a kid. Never did. I grew up with Lego. That's what I grew up with, I didn't get involved in any social media till I was already a young adult, which I am now. But the first YouTubers that I did watch was when I was already a teenager. Was Markiplier. I used to watch Markiplier and PewDiePie, both of them respectively. But yeah, I did not watch YouTube growing up at all. I was a weird kid that didn't really get involved in too many medias. I didn't even get into a lot of video games either. Like, I did play Metroid and a few other games, or Pokemon Red on the Game Boy Advance. But, man, I didn't play much. But I will tell you this. When the Nintendo DS came out, I was the best, and I mean the best, Mario Kart racer out there in my school. I was like the best in my school when it came to Mario Kart. Like, people would come to challenge me all the time. And I was like, hey, I challenge you to a race. It's like, all right, it's on, dude. Let's do this. And that was awesome. That was awesome, especially during recess. I'd just go ahead and compete with other people. It was great. It was great. I loved it. Every second of it. But yeah, I didn't get into a lot of social media until I was much older. Benson says, my childhood favorite YouTuber was a YouTuber channel called EvanTube HD, and would always watch all of his videos. I think I know who you're talking about. Is it the one with the kid reviewing toys? I don't know. I text and says, Mark and FNAF was my favorite thing to watch at 12 or 13. Haha, yes, the king of financial fetish. I love Mark. Mark is a good dude. Love him. I love that guy. This is going to be a very thin frame. I just realized that. I'm going to have to get the hot glue gun because I do not have the hot glue gun on me right now. And I should have grabbed it before I started this live stream because I'm going to be putting sticks and spray painting this frame in gunmetal. And while that's drying, I will begin taking all those pieces off of the runners. So that should be fun. That should be really fun. And the flash isn't that bad on this one. Just a little bit, but not that bad. But yeah. Whew. I think I watched more PewDiePie, honestly, back then than I did of Markiplier. Like, I did like to watch a little bit of Markiplier, especially watching him bully Wade all the time. It was weird, but I just loved it when he kept bullying Wade. Like, poor Wade. I feel sorry for Wade, but I just enjoy his suffering. I'm sorry, but it's true. It's like, I loved his suffering. Wait a minute, I didn't grab dark blue. I got the lighter blue, but I didn't get the dark blue. Sora says, is that a Jesta? Yes, it is. Benson says, hey, Trip, have always wanted to have a pet raccoon because I do. Wait, you have a pet raccoon? You have your own personal trash panda? Tell me your secrets. Tell me your secrets. How do you have a trash panda? That I must know. I must know how you have obtained the trash panda. Because I want a trash panda. Sora says, is it the normal or just a cannon? Oh. Well, it's this one. Ah. There we go. There you go. So there is your answer right there. When it comes to that. Okay. Whoop. I mean, I think we all would want to have our own personal trash panda. I mean, I was about to say pandas are cute. Pandas are cute, but so are raccoons, even if raccoons are kind of annoying. Sora says, the normal Jesta, I have the HG Jesta cannon. Ooh, very nice. Very snazzy. But mine's going to be a little bit more special since it's going to be custom. I'm making a custom one. It's not going to be regular, which you might have. Oh gosh, this is going to be. How am I supposed to sand you? I'm going to have to get a thin file. Oh gosh. There we go. Okay, Sora says, I don't need Trash Panda. I have Tuxedo Kitties. Okay, that's cute. Benson says, who invented the name Trash Panda? Because my dad keeps saying that name. Because that's what they are, and there's nothing wrong with calling them a Trash Panda. Sora says, I also have a MG Jesta with posable hands. Oh, that sounds nice. I kind of want a master grade. But since I cannot afford a master grade, I'm going to make this feel like a master grade.
Hey, Tito.
Yeah, what's up?
I thought I want to go outside.
I'll take them out. All right, fellow compatriots, we're going to take a quick break. But while we go ahead and take that quick break, I am going to go ahead and do something a little bit special for all of you. So let me go ahead and do that one little special thing for you guys before I go ahead and hit off. And then appear once again. Just give me a sec. Just give me a sec. Had to do a little bit of prep work for this one. Gonna be a little special. Kind of special. Pretty special. Uniquely special. Hopefully this will work. No, that does not work. Let me get that out. Give me a second. I know I have battery here. Where's my batteries? Batteries. There we go. I have found a battery. There we go. Put that there. And then I will showcase one of my customs for you guys to look at, because why not? This was made in the early 2000s. I'll be back. Hello, fellow compatriots. I'm back. Okay. Let me read back here. Benson says, I love the raccoon hands. Sora says, it should be cheap enough for MG prices, probably around 50 euro. Benson says, hey, Trip, when you're making steampunk builds, you should give them smoke steaks because It will make them look more cooler and steampunky. Oh, probably. Benson says, is that Mega Man or Astro Boy? Neither. I text to say he will be right back after this message by his sponsors, lol. So it says the sponsor being Raid Shadow Legends. Oh my gosh. This video is sponsored by J.K. Simmons, aka Spider-Man Hater. So it says, give me pictures of Spider-Man. I text it says, no Far From Home spoilers. I still haven't watched it. Okay, we won't do any spoilers. Do not worry. But this boy is leaving now. Ugh. Okay. Well, I'll just leave the battery there. Ugh. It's not going to hurt anybody. There we go. Oh, yeah, No Way Home. Yeah, sorry about that. Oh, wait. Where did I put... Oh, okay, it's all here. Okay. So I got the hot glue gun. I got the sticks. I should be able to paint it now. Yay! Okay. I'm going to go ahead and sand this. Should be easy to sand, all things considered. But yeah, so I did do a few customs, but I don't do them often. I only do them when it's like, I kind of like the colors, but I know they could look a little bit better. So that's why I'm like, I'm going to change it a little bit. Make it my own. You know, so I could be like, hey, I finally have a Jesta. And be happy with it. it as it were. Because though I do like the basic colors, I know I can make it pop a little bit more with the paints that I do have. I had to make sure that the paint is thin, because I do not want anything too extreme when it comes to colors, if you know what I mean. I prefer the colors to remain subdued, just like the original model. You know, but still have them pop and be like, ooh, that looks nice. That's me personally. And we have only touched the tip of the iceberg. You know, this might be a two-parter. This might have to be a two-parter. Oh, I'm doing my nails. I should not be doing my nails. I already did my nails. Don't need to do them any further. Whoop. Okay. iTexas says, Trib, have you seen Arcane on Netflix? Yes, I have, and I love it. I love it, but I will not say any spoilers in case of anybody has not seen it. But I will say that I am looking forward to future parts, because I have a feeling they're going to be doing more, a continuation off of Arcane, considering like where we have left off. Though it is a decent ending, but I feel like I kind of feel like I want to see more. I'll be honest. It's a good show. I highly recommend people check it out. It's good. It is. And what I mean by good, it's a very compelling series where it reflects over the meaning of loss and the different avenues people take to make up for that said loss, or and the struggle to break free from past ties as well, you know, and how it affects people and how people can change over time and the directions they take in life. You know, it's a very compelling show. I really do like it for something based off of League of Legends, but still, I like it. And I think a lot of people will like it too. For its many story mediums that it goes ahead and tries to portray, which they conveyed pretty well. See, there you go. Non-spoiler review by Tributron. You're welcome. Okay, let's see what's else. Sora says, I remember Jonah only thrust his barber as said in the first Spider-Man movie in 2002. Huh. Sora says, so Trip, if Gunpla Paddle was real and you could use bionicle and custom printed made parts as well, would you try it? Yes, I would. A matter of fact, that's been my goal the entire time, Sora. I have been making mocks that move and stuff like that because I myself really liked Gundam build fighters to the point where I want to go ahead and make my own fully automated bionicle, which is why Marendar exists, which Marendar is a very cool boy. Even though people keep thinking that I'm going to be putting him in the contest. Like, it's like, guys, stop. Like, after somebody commented that my Marendar looks like Sans from Undertale, it's like, okay. People are very misguided. People are very misguided. Like, Turaga Lee Khan once said in Bionicle of Metronui. Legends of Metronui. Because, yeah. It's like, no. If that's going to be the atmosphere, then I ain't going to be putting any of my builds in the canonization contest. I didn't put my Hog in the contest because I really wanted to put Gaki among them. But because Gaki is wearing a mask that looks an awful lot like an Evoki, you know, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to be submitting any of my builds for dumb rules such as that. Like, when it came to the Toahaga, their mask could look whatever they wanted it to. For Norik, his mask looked like a mask of regeneration, even though it was actually a mask of diminishment. Coming to show that, though you can have a mask look one way, it can obviously look like something else entirely. That's like the fun and nature of imagination. You could just imagine your characters to wear whatever mask you want. But it's whatever. Haga contests are over. People have their Haga. I have my Haga. I'd rather stay in my own little corner. Benson says, Astro Boy. Hey, oh, okay, never mind. That's an RP. Okay. I take to see it's gotta go, but I will be back, and Arcane will be having a second season, but it won't come out for a while. Oh, understandable. And also, have a good one. Sora says, I actually gave my 2-yet mock a new sword due to the lore requirement and made it a Viking inspired. Yeah. That's nice. That's nice, dude. But that's the thing about canonization contests. Like, the rules are so uptight. There's not that much breathing room. And the contests take too long. That's another thing. The contests take way too long. I don't understand why they take almost close to a year just to like finish a contest for like 1 or 4 characters. It's like, it's way too long. It doesn't have to be that long, but somehow it is that long. I just don't get that. Don't get why it has to be so freaking long. I don't understand why. But it is what it is, I guess. You know, there's nothing much you can do when it comes to canonization contests. I mean, we all just want the canonization contest to be a thing because we love Bionicle. You know, we want something to remember Bionicle by, and what better way than to have these contests? But there's a lot of disunity that has also arisen from it, you know, and it's just hard to have fun in an atmosphere when the atmosphere itself could be quite an off-turner for some people. And I think that is part of the reason why, you know, not a lot of people are too, like, thrilled about the canonization contest. Like, I used to be pretty angry towards it. You know, I didn't, like, really have, like, a great fondness to it. But at this point, it's like, you know what? Whatever. I'll just stick to my own little corner, build whatever I like to build, and keep it at that. You know, Bionicle and its content and its lore will always live in our hearts, and we can still entertain it with the canonization contest, but it doesn't have to always be just with the canonization contest. You know, at the end of the day, we can make whatever we want. You know, don't have to worry about any guidelines or what other people say or anything like that, so long as you yourself are happy with what you are making. Ignorance is bliss, I would say. Benson says, what's wrong with RPs? There's nothing wrong with RPs. It's just that I don't want to read them, mainly because it will take time away from me actually making the Jesta. I want to continue working on the Jesta. I don't want to keep distracting myself. I am in multiple RPs, Benson. Please understand. I like to RP. I have like up to 20 characters. And I can list them all out, but still. Like, there's nothing wrong with RPs. It's just that I prefer like something more discussion-based than an RP, so that I can actually discuss. If that makes sense. I hope you understand. Sora says, I'm mainly entering the contest for fun anyway, so I don't care if I win or lose. That's good. That's good. So long as you're happy, man. Dylan says, look into the map on the on the I do. Look into the map on the I do. What? Fuzzbun says, what does HG mean? Hero Gactory? It means high grade, like Sora said. Oh my god. Hero Gactory. Now I want to make this into a gun. Oh my gosh. Fuzzbuns, you are a genius. I'm going to turn the Jesta into a hero. I'm going to give it a hero core. I think I got an orange hero core. Yeah, I'm going to give it a hero core now. Oh my gosh, I want to give it a hero core. I need to do that now. Dude, that would be awesome if I can give this thing a hero core. Matter of fact, let's look at the model. So, hero core can be in the chest here. Maybe. Is it big enough? It might be. Yeah, it's going to be kind of small and tight, but we could probably make it more involved into the chest armor. We could probably make it more involved in the chest armor so that it can fit. Yeah, I'm going to turn this into a hero. Going to make it look like a Hero Factory mop now. Scott Jesta? Oh, yes. We're going to call it Scott. I love it. Scotty Jesta. Scotty Jesta. Yes. I'll call him Scotty. Oh, yes. He's going to be Scotty now. That's his name. Scotty. Scotty Jesta. That's his nickname. His nickname is Scotty, but people just call him Scott. We are making progress, people. I'm gonna have to. Oh yeah, I got the clear resin. I do. So I'm gonna mix some orange. I got the clear resin. So this is not going to be a one-day build. I was thinking this to be a one-day build, but ever since someone decided to bring up Hero Factory, I cannot help myself but turn this into a Hero Factory model. I just can't help myself. It has to be Hero Factory now. I'm sorry. It has to be Hero Factory. My one weakness is Hero Factory. Obviously, my one weakness is, in fact, Hero Factory. But that is a great idea. I still need to make a hero core now. That would be so amazing. Yeah, this guy gets a lot of manipulators. I don't think I need articulated fingers at all. I think I'll just stick with the manipulators. And maybe also make this some of the parts resin casted as well in the process. Okay, Sora says the high-grade Jesta does have articulated figures. Only the high-grade Jesta does have articulated figures. doesn't have articulate figures, only the master grade. Yeah, I'm aware of that, but due to how many manipulators there are in this high grade, I don't think I need articulated fingers. I honestly don't think I do. Oh my gosh, just how hard is it for you to get smoothed out, buddy? Did I sand you too much? I think I sanded you too much. Yeah, there's a little bit of scratchage. At least I'm painting it. So it's a little on the rough side. Sand it with love and passion. Power of Gundam. The power of Gundam. Okay. But yeah. I'm so going to go ahead and make a and turn this into a hero now. Like it's so tempting. I'll put that in there. The silencer! Hey, we got a silencer. Okay, this is gonna take what? Oh, wrong one. Okay, so Benson says, "Hey Trib, you know what else is amazing Bionicle crossover? What else?" Sora says, "Because let's be honest, Trib. If a 144 Jesta had articulate fingers, it'd be a real grade." Yeah, that's true. It probably would say. Benson says, "Hey Trip, how do Toa poop?" They don't. They're like plants. The Toa are like plants. They absorb energy and they keep it in their body. They do not expel it. Maybe they breathe. Breathe out the exhaust fumes from whatever they absorb, but other than that, they don't need to poop. They don't have to poop. They absorb energy through their hands. They don't eat. They eat through their hands. They don't use their mouth. That's the weird thing about Bionicle. Bionicle is a world without buttholes. So get your head out of the gutter. Sora says, Toa photosynthesis. Yes. Toa photosynthesis. Exactly. All right, Texie says, I'm back. Hey, welcome back. I'm glad you're back. I am almost done sanding all these pieces, and somebody had the brilliant idea of turning a Jesta into a Hero Factory character. And I kind of want to do that now. I want to give him a Hero Core. I'm going to give a Jesta a Hero Core. Because it will be very fun to do. That way. For obvious reasons, of course. For obvious reasons. Oh, I've got so many sanded pieces here, and I'm still not done yet. My God. Sora says, by the way, Trip, is the Bandai logo on the Jesta instruction booklet red or blue? Red. Red with white letters. Sora says, and his name is Scott Jesta now. Beta says, oof. Oof. Oh, you know, it's kind of sad that it's a sad reality, Benson, but it's true. So sorry to disappoint. And Benson says Bionicle pizza. They will just absorb the energy in their hands as the pizza in their hand decomposes. Sora says, okay, that confirms my suspicions. I thought these were new molds, not reused of the old molds. But we could really use a high-grade Unicorn 2.0. Oh, this is an old mold? This isn't a new one? So if the logo were blue, that means it's a newer one, right? Benzo says, the way you say Bionicle pizza was so funny. Ha! Thank you. I'm glad you like Bionicle pizza. Okay, but yeah, we're gonna turn this into turn Scott into a Hero Factory character. I mean, this would be a great Hero Factory model. Let's be honest here. It would be amazing. Especially if I decide to resin cast the gun. Oh man. That would be gorgeous. Now I just want to resin cast this thing. Guys, your ideas are dangerous. You realize that, right? Your ideas are very dangerous. Benson says, how about Among Us? X Bionicle. Maybe we could do a little bit of Among Us. But it will be kind of sus. So I'm not so sure if we should really do Among Us. Okay. Sora says check the runners as well. See if they have the year they were made on it. Should be next to the runner letters. Okay. Let me go check after real quick. Let me check one of the empty runners over here. 2011. Yep. 2011. It's an old one. It's an old one. Yeah, you were close, Sora. It wasn't 2012, it's 2011. iText says, Trip, did you see the new August/June Ninjago sets wave names? No, I have not. I'm like completely in the dark when it comes to the new names. What are the new names? Kind of curious. Okay, Source says, it may be ultra, but the high-grade Jesta is a god. OS posability from my experience with the high-grade Jesta cannon. Oh, okay. Grade posability. That's great. That is really good news. And okay. There is a $100 Pixel mech. Pixel! Hey! Wait a minute, wasn't she Samurai X? What happened to her Samurai X-Men? Did it got destroyed at one point? Because Pixel used to be Samurai X. But the fact that she has her own Pixel mech, that's interesting. That is interesting. Who's going to be the new Samurai X? Did she retire? Now that I know, I have even more questions. Come over here. I'm not done with you yet. Sora says, yeah, trust me, you won't be disappointed. Great. iTexi says, and there is a Golden Dragon theme with the vehicles, and the villain is called the Crystal King. Ooh. iTexi says, it's a Samurai X mech, but it's for her. Okay. Benson says, hey, Trev, remember Tikongu was the cheese? Well, now Anua is chocolate. What? Okay, Sora says, if you want to get one more Jesta and a Jesta cannon, you should say Scout Jesta as part of the Black Tri-Star Squadron. Interesting. iTexi says it's called Samurai X Mech, but it's been confirmed that it's for Pixel. Interesting. Very interesting. That's good to know. That is very good to know. You know, the flash isn't that bad on this kit. You know, it's not that bad. It's just a little bit time consuming. I'll be honest. Sora says, wait, Crystal King, are Lego bringing back power miners? Wait, dude. I think so. Sora, I think so. Because Clutch Powers is in Ninjago. If they bring back power miners, then that ties it with Clutch Powers. Because in the adventures of Clutch Powers, he encountered the rock monsters from power miners. He even delivered a baby A rock baby to the rock mama. To the crystal queen, I guess. But yeah. I could definitely see that happening. Okay. I take says there is also a 140 golden doll. 100. Bleh. There is also a $140 golden dragon. Ooh, I like the sound of that. Source says, and it turns out all those minions are babies. Lego had the power miners fighting. Oh my gosh, they were kicking babies. The miners were kicking babies and blowing up babies. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I shouldn't be laughing, but oh no. Let go. Oh no. Kicking babies. Kick the baby. Sorry. I just have a vivid image in my mind of one of the power miner mechs just giving all the babies the poop. I'm sorry. Benson says Clutch Powers was my favorite Lego movie. Same. I still have Clutch Powers. I love Skelly and Bones. Skelly and Bones were... Oh, they were great. I love them. Dixie says, Lego promoted biological genocide by killing the young of the species. Want to be a single parent? Not a problem. Please join up for the Power Miners services today. We implore you. You think abortion is too expensive? Not a problem. Just go ahead and have the baby, and then we'll take care of the rest. Keep crystals ever closer with children blown into the ether. Benson says, hey, if you were making a Lego Movie 3, what characters would you put in it? I would put I would put Jack Stone kicking power miner babies. That text says genocide by kicking babies. Sarah says, oh yeah, Trip. The Master Grade just had a LED gimmick in its head, but you have to buy the LED separately. It's for the exam system. Just has. Benson says, I bet Clutch Powers would show up in Lego Movie 3. Texas says Takanuva was going to show up in Lego Movie 2. Yep, he was. He was. It would have been amazing. I would have loved it. It would have been amazing. But I would loved it. Oh, I never laughed so hard in my life. Gosh, kicking babies. The most stupidest thing I can laugh at. The worst thing I could laugh of, actually. Kicking babies. Oh. I'd be a great movie. I'd be a great parent. So it says, instead of having, we have a 1 second reference in the first Lego movie. Yeah. But yet again, if Takanuva were in the second movie, he would have ended up becoming a villain. I think that's why they removed him, because Takanuva is too much of a good boy to be a villain. He was going to be with Rex Dangervest, I believe. Was his name. I'm surprised I remember the name if I got it right. Itexi says, and the sad thing was that the one of the Takanuva lines was that he was the last of his race. Oh, wow. Sora says, also, chair detected, opinion rejected. Oh, man, I remember that video. Oh. Gosh. The amount of parts that this thing has is unimaginable.